Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing Season 5. We are back once again here with race number 14, Battleground Garden MP. And yes, this week's gone quick. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but this week has gone by fairly quick to me. Today is the day. It's last place time. Hey, gotta think positive. You take a number one, boy. See, that's more of the positive thinking. We will have to see, though. We'll have to see how this plays out. Azur still holding onto the lead. Of course, last time we had total extermination, pure chaos, as we always expect. Flude's currently in second and we're in third, very close together there. 1 point separating them, the two Balls of Steel members. But before we jump into this track, I just want to say, those watching on YouTube, drop a comment down below with who you're rooting for, who you think is going to win this, if there's any teams you're rooting for, and what your favourite race is so far, and maybe by the end of it, which one's been your favourite. Get a feeling, or if there's anything you think could be changed, drop some suggestions down below, or head over to the Discord. We have a suggestions area there. I like to take on board people's suggestions. As I say, it is built around you guys. All you guys watching. First stream you've attended this season. Took a while to get your match ticket. No worry, glad to have you here. Yes, over to the track. This one is by Azur. So here we are, the recognizable explosions of the bombs. And we saw this track in the last season. Quite small, little chaotic area in the middle. But before we do a quick tour of the track, of course, we have to do predictions. So, starter prediction. How many DNFs do you think there will be? You've got 2 minutes starting from now to get those predictions in. And let's have a look around the track. So, starting off into gentle S-bend, quickly sharpening into a hairpin, and then into a little drop downhill to pick up speed, sweeping a left turn into a left to right S-bend, then funneling through into the chaotic zone with the bombs. You got to try and avoid them. Make sure they don't blow you up. Try not to get stuck on them as they pile through this area, which you'll also have to navigate through. We have these bounce pads as well. These bumpers, I should say, more than bounce pads. Be careful of those. They could also send you back. And then we have some boosters. Those you probably do want to get a bit of speed out the exit. Then going into a half pipe 180 that opens up into a slight chicane. I suppose you could class that as a chicane. And then a little hilly section and into a tunnel. And the tunnel winds a bit, a little S-bend, like the S-bends on this track. And then up the wall, big wall climb, and across the line. Starting to see more of these wall climbs instead of ladders. They are much more efficient, a lot faster, and don't mess too much with the flow of the race. So we are seeing less and less ladders, which I think a lot of people prefer. Maybe we'll have a ladderless season one day, who knows. But let's get everyone into their starting positions, as the prediction timer's just about to finish. So anyone that hasn't predicted, get those in very quickly. We have Iceman, Snorker, Demon, and Stardust starting up at the front. And then Cheese, Shady, Weep, and Fludes starting on the back row. 15 laps. Let's get the countdown going. And off they go. Be funneling in together. Azur getting pushed back a little bit from the start. Iceman's going to take that first position. Big hit off the wall by Eggbot's going to get caught up in a group there and lose a lot of positions. Pesky Bird and Superbot's going to sneak around the side of Iceman. But Iceman's not giving up easily. There's also spinners here, which I didn't mention because they do blend in. And heading down through the bumpers. On a Prime subscription from Alfonso. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Subscribe for 2 months in a row. Let's go. Big up, Alfonso. And with that sub, that also means you get to have a trail on your marble. So you should now have access to 2 new areas in the Discord, one of which is a trail area. So if you want to have a look in there and let me know which one you want, and it can be put on for the future races. Just like Snorker. Here comes Snorker now, who went for the snowy trail. A little bit harder to see at high speeds. So going on to lap 2. Oh, Shady's stuck, but I think a bomb's going to knock them free. They do get set free there. But Pesky Bird and Azur battling it out up at the front. Azur had a rough start to this, but has really pulled it back. Now leading in front of Pesky Bird, followed by Jimmy and then Superboss. A lot of speed over the hills. Going into the pipe. Grouping up at the front, going to the uphill. Snow trail is probably the only correct choice. Although there's a couple of snowy themed trails that Snowballs could have. I think there's a snowflake one. That's snowflakes that appear on the marble in place. There's that one that sort of trails behind. I think there's like a snowstorm looking cloudy one, if I remember correctly. But Jimmy making some good plays there. Makes their way to the front, but then the pile up with the bombs. Demons stuck against the bombs. Star just going to push them free. Alfonso piling in there as well. Eggbot trying to push their way through. Word's going to creep around the outside. All chaos in there. Up at the front though, Peskybird and Superboss. Big collision on the wall. Peskybird getting slammed into the wall by Superboss. Superboss is going to fly off into the lead. Try and make a bit of a gap. But Weep's going to come through and try and chase them down. Peskybird just behind Weep, followed by Azur, then Alfonso, Moo, then Jimmy. Alfonso currently with the fastest lap as well, trying to get that extra point. And that was just taken by Moo as I say it. We've got a battle here for second. Oh, Moo going up the inside there around Jimmy and Alfonso. Jimmy managing to squeeze past as well. Everyone's still quite close together. Stardust is going to squeeze Demon out. That's going to drop Demon another position to Snorker. Then we have Shady whirring a bit slow on the exit. Eggbot coming around. Iceman, Fluids, and then Cheese at the back. So heading out of the explosions as there with a lot of exit speed. Some contact between Peskybird and Alfonso battling it out for that 3rd place. Superboss with a great line, lots of speed over the hills. Can't quite squeeze past Peskybird though. Peskybird playing quite the blocking game. Manages to get past Weep. All this battling is allowing Azur to just try and pull away up at the top. We can see Peskybird, Weep, Snorker, Superboss, Alfonso all very close together on the uphill. Cheese not doing too well today, coming off a win on the last race. But struggling with this one. And down the downhill. Shady with a bit of a rough line there. Jimmy's going to come past. Going to the bombs. Azur getting flicked off to the side by the spinners. Going through the middle. It is a bit slow. Peskybird's going to try and hook the outside. But getting squeezed a bit by the bombs, but does make it out. Who's got more speed though? Superboss, Peskybird. Side by side, Superboss does have the better line for the exit of the half pipe. Weep's going to try and come past as well, squeezing Peskybird into the wall. Going to lose a bit of speed for Peskybird, and then Weep and Superboss flying into the pipe. They get such high speed through that section. And on the uphill, it's Weep, Superboss, Peskybird, Azur, Jimmy, Snorker, and then Stardust. And trailing behind is Fluids and Cheese currently. So still all to play for on lap 6. Oh, Peskybird does not have the right line there, neither does Snorker. Oh, excuse me. You have to get that hydrate. Oh, thank you, Alfonso. See the hydrate redeemed. There we go. Okay. Back to the race. Pesky Bird. I was going to say Pesky Bird leading, but Wheat with an aggressive play down that straight, pushing Pesky Bird and Moo into the walls and just forcing their way through. Moo's going to drop back down. They managed to get up to third, still holding the fastest lap. It's now going to fall behind Azure and Snorker. And Iceman falling a few positions, were at risk from Cheese as well. Flude's now at the back. Cheese managing to get up to 14th. Every point matters. Just try and claw back a few positions. Some aggression between Pesky Bird and Weep up at the front. Neither of them letting that first position away easily. That's a great line by Pesky Bird. Weep struggling, is going to lose a few positions. Oh, but Pesky Bird's stuck against the wall. But Snorker almost thread the needle, but a bomb came through and said, no, that's not going to happen. And both Snorker and Pesky Bird a little bit slow on the exit. Means Moo and Azure are going to come through, but Pesky Bird with a great line through the sweeping chicane. Moo hitting the wall quite hard is going to drop into third once again. Yeah, the top half are very close together, but further back, a little bit more spread out. If we go back and have a look, Iceman is being followed by Eggbot. We're in reach of Cheese. Flude's trailing a little bit behind. Yeah, up at the front, it is all action. And right now, it is Azure and Pesky Bird. Weeps dropped to 9th after the aggressive play and battle for first. How things can change through this section. A great line there by Alfonso going into the bomb section. See how they navigate through. Stardust is going to squeeze. A bit of fighting going on there to get through. It's going to slow all of them down through that section. Snorker with a lot of speed on the exit, but Superboss just blocking them. So Snorker's going to tuck in behind in third. And we'll be chasing them down. Pesky Bird in fourth, Alfonso in fifth, Moo now in sixth. Weep's going to navigate around Moo through the pipe, take that sixth position, pushing Moo down to seventh. Then we have Jimmy, Demon, Stardust, and Shady close together, and then there is a gap going back to Iceman, Wurt, and Cheese, who are really close together right now, battling it out. Then Eggbot, and then a big gap back to Fludes, who is struggling on this track right now. Superboss and Azure a bit slower around there. Alfonso with a lot of speed, but just getting pinched by Snorker. Snorker's not going to give up their position that easily. The two green slushies of Azure and Alfonso. Alfonso getting caught in one of the explosions there. It's going to slow them down, lose a bit of time. Yeah, I guess this just isn't Fludes' track then. Everyone has their track. But up at the front, Azure seeming to be doing quite well on most tracks so far. And the home track curse not coming into play. Sushi's easy win, Alfonso says. Already calling it with a second, fifth, and sixth current positions for the green slushies are saying that Azure's going to fight back into first. And Azure being very dominant so far this season. Doing very well indeed. Shady moving up to third. Maybe looking to move into second, but Superboss will squeeze Shady into the wall. Gives Weep a chance to try and fly through the pipe with a bit more speed. It does work, going for the lunge, making it past Shady. Snorker getting around Moo. Alfonso trying to get past, but can't find a gap. Cheese, a bit rough in the pipe there, is going to get overtaken by Stardust. So Cheese and Boer now close behind Stardust. Eggbot starting to trail behind. And Fludes just seems to be losing time every lap. Zer's got a pretty good line. Lots of open space now for Zer to just break away in the lead. This is a big opportunity this late into the race as Weep and Superboss trying to squeeze through the same gap. Going to lose time. Could be a chance for Shady. Weep does make it out just in front of Shady, but Alfonso just behind. Weep with a bad exit means Shady and Alfonso have a little bit more speed. Do squeeze in front, some contact between the two teammates, but have better speed. We have a green slushies 1, 2, 3 right now, but Weep says no, going to come back and ruin it. Shady will not stand for that though. Fights straight back to reclaim that third position. So it's looking very good for the green slushies right now. This could be huge for them in the team standings. Oh, it's been a big crash on the hairpin though. Stalling Shady for a bit. Massive collision between Weep and Shady. Slowing them both down, but Shady coming out worse. Is going to drop down to 6th, but does have the fastest lap, trying to grab that extra point. And up at the front, as they're already coming around the half pipe. Demon now up into 2nd. Having a bit of a rough season so far. Trying to prove something right here. Were up to 9th. Now 10th. Stardust and Eggbot battling it out. Cheese and Flude's quite close together at the back now. But a big gap for Azur up at the front. And it's Demon, Alfonso, Pesky Bird, Weep, Moose, Superboss, Jimmy, Snorker, followed by Boer, Iceman, and then Shady. Shady in 12th now, really falling down following that crash. Not looking good for them. Lap 13 of 15. Demon getting a good block on Alfonso through there. Alfonso chases Pesky Bird, getting squeezed out by the bombs. Going into the half pipe. Weep, Pesky Bird and Superboss. Big hit on the wall for Pesky Bird. Going to pick up Superboss in that collision as well, but Superboss makes it past. Jimmy now just behind. Going through the pipe, Jimmy just can't find a way past. Shady with an overtake there, giving Iceman a nudge. Boer gets around Iceman as well, trying to make some positions. Now going up to the front, Alfonso is going to get past Demon. Trying to get into that 1-2 position for the green slushies once again. Getting stuck against the edge and the bombs just blocking the way through means Demon's going to get out in 2nd. Alfonso's going to be in 3rd on the exit. Weep in a bit of trouble getting blocked by a bomb. Superboss is going to have to come through and help. And a hit there by Jimmy, a bomb exploding them across the side of the track to lose some time. Then Snorker, Shady and Mood just following. That does allow Pesky Bird to break away in that 4th position. But going on to the final lap, the eyes are on Azur right now. An incredible performance so far, just holding that lead, using the open space. Maybe even a bit of help from the teammates, causing some disruption further back, but Demon trying to come through quick and put an end to it. It could be close coming down to the end here. Could Demon cause an upset for Azur? Going out and into the half pipe, Demon will overtake Azur. It's all going to come down to the final pipe. Alfonso not far behind in 3rd. You can see there's going to be a battle going on in the middle section as well. Everyone's still fairly close together. It's a good line by Demon. That's a lot of speed. And it looks like it's going to be absolute great timing. Great play. Choosing the timing perfectly. And Demon on the final lap will take the win in front of Azur. Azur's going to have to take second. Alfonso will get third. Pesky Bird just in front of Jimmy, taking fourth. Jimmy fifth. Weep and Superboss very close together. Superboss sixth, Weep seventh, Snorker eighth, Moon ninth, Shady 10th, and with the fastest lap to get that extra point. Looks like Iceman and Eggbot are going to be very close together here. And Iceman's going to take 11th, Eggbot 12th, Whir 13th, just behind. Stardust 14th, Cheese 15th. And Fludes, not a great race, definitely not Fludes' track. Will come across the line in 16th. And not a single DNF. Yes, Balls of Steel having a right stinker. But there we have it. Demon with the clutch play on the final lap. Congratulations to Demon on the win. Great performance at the end there. Azur really hanging on. In fact, Azur actually got past following the finish. So one more lap and one less lap, and Azur might have had it. But Demon timing it just right. A great racing display, considering Demon's not been doing too well in the past many races and last season. But, you know, when it counts, Demon coming through. Now the predictions. Did anyone predict that there'd be no DNFs? We had one prediction winner. I think that's Whir that got that one right. So well done, Whir, on getting the prediction right. Absolutely on fire with your predictions this season. Be great if we could have a statistic for the predictions. See who our top predictor is. It always selects a random piece of track when I click off. And if there's some kind of reward for it. Yeah, so normally there'd be channel points, or in our case it's eggs, channel eggs. But unfortunately not for you, not in your region. Yeah. I also want to move my text chat up, because I notice when we're in this section, I keep thinking about it while we're in a race and then forgetting to do it. The text chat goes over the UI a little bit, so it's harder to read. Yeah, that's a much better placement for now. So yes, I'm going to go and put the results over on the leaderboard, and I'll be back in just a minute with the standings. Alright, the results have been entered, so let's head over to the standings. Following that race, Azur with a second place finish still holds onto that lead and breaking the 300 mark, 309 points. Just looking very unstoppable at the moment in the first half of this season. We'll see if they can keep that momentum going into the second half. Whir is going to move up to second, but will be tied with Superboss. It is close up at the top. Flu's getting knocked out. I should say with 270 points. Don't think I said the number of points. Flude's getting knocked out of the top three. Is in fourth with 268. Moo in fifth with 258. Jimmy in sixth with 253. Iceman in seventh with 252. Cheese in eighth with 246. Snorker in ninth with 243. And Pesky in 10th with 242. Then we have Weep, Stardust, Shady, Demon, Eggbot, and Alfonso. So points are fairly close at the moment. It is still all to play for. Team standings, Balls of Steel still holding that top spot, even with that not so great performance. And that performance has allowed Tutti Frutti to gain, so Balls of Steel have 258 points, Tutti Frutti have 252. Icebreakers are third with 249, Doge Balls in fourth with 244. Snowball's in 5th with 243, tied with Ultraviolet. Then we have Marble Minions, Green Slushies, Eternal Darkness, and Grand Masters. So even with the Green Slushies scoring some good points there, they have been having a bit of a rough season as a whole, as a team. So going to be in 8th there. Yeah, Azur has quite the lead going at the moment. But that is going to be it for this first race. Of course, for those watching on Twitch, we do have a second race coming up, as always. Ski Slopes Multilap. This one was asked for after we did the Christmas stream, I'm pretty sure it was, and people really enjoyed the sprint version of it. And there is a multi-lap variant that was designed for this kind of thing, and it was suggested as a track to bring in. And so here it is. So that'll be coming up next. But for those watching on YouTube, that is it for this one. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.